All right, for me and my little buddy right here, James Gunn has pulled it off. Okay, Suicide Squad is a hit. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Timothy Apollo. Like, subscribe, and share. So, I went to see Suicide Squad the other night, right? So, I'm going to try my best to do this video in two halves. One is going to be non-spoiler, which is going to be this first one, okay? The second half, I'm going to throw in spoilers. And let me reiterate, I'm going to try my best not to spoil it. The Suicide Squad is the sequel to, hey, Suicide Squad, which this is Suicide Squad 2, of course, you know, because the first one was Suicide Squad. So y'all know what the hell I'm trying to get at. So anyway, written and directed by James Gunn. Now let me tell you guys what all characters you have in here, the characters you're going to be seeing, okay? Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Rick Flagg, Amanda Waller, Rat Queen 2. You know, the first one was Rat King, her dad, you know, so Rat Queen Junior At's daughter. Hey, it's Ratcatcher 2. You got Polka Dot Man, King Shark, okay? Now, the Weasel, I should be telling you about the Weasel, but I shouldn't be telling you guys about the Weasel. What can I say? I'm a Weasel fan. High five, dude. Anyhow, so the first movie does a lot of the heavy lifting. It introduces you to some other characters which you don't see in this movie right here. So it sets up the stage to say this is what the Suicide Squad is about. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's action-packed, okay? The plot, the storyline is strong, it's good. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna get almost teary-eyed a little bit, okay? But here's the biggest part. You guys are ready? There is absolutely no wokeness in this movie. Not an ounce of wokeness. I reiterate, this movie, politics and everything, well, other than the story plot, there's no wokeness, okay? The SJW did not come out in this movie. Thank God, thank God, thank God. You get a regular, basic action movie by James Gunn, okay? And he did hellified on it. Of course, he's got to leave and go back for Guardians of the Galaxy to Marvel. But anyhow, so here's the thing. Amanda Waller pieces together her Suicide Squad, a ragtag team of villains, supervillains, metas, whatever you want to call them. Of course, you got Idris Elba playing, Bloodsport, okay? He leads the crew, such as Will Smith did. Even though you have Rick Flagg in it as the leader, I noticed that in the first one, he took a back seat toward Will Smith the same way he does toward Bloodsport, Idris Elba. Now, the funniest thing about this movie, to me, is my boy, the Weasel, okay? You don't get what you think you're going to get with the Weasel, so I don't want to bring him up too much, but the Weasel is hilarious in this movie. Between these two guys right here, you've got back and forth, this, macho male, I'm the better killer, I'm the more smoothest killer thing. And through the whole movie, they're trash talking each other, killing people, pow, pow, look what I did, pow, pow, I killed him when I was taking a piss, pow, pow. I was zipping up when I killed my second guy. Of course, those two scenes aren't in the movie. I'm just being, a little bit over exaggerated. Anyway, with those two guys, you get it kind of good. Flagg comes in, he does his thing a little bit. Again, Amanda Waller, she jumps in, gets them together, says, hey, look, here's the project. Now, this isn't too much of a spoiler, but of course, it's Project Starro, Project Jotunheim. They're trying to go there to see what's going on with Starro or whatever. Trust me, you're going to see what time it is with that. That's really not a spoiler. They get out there. They go to Quarter Maltese. Then they're looking for Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's in the movie too now, okay? Of course, she has a big role in the movie. They go there. She gets captured. They have to go in, rescue her. While at the same time, King Shark is in there, and, he's not too intelligent. So they're working with that. They're working with the fact that, hey, we've got to rescue Harley. They're working with the fact that we've got to go on foreign soil, henceforth Suicide Squad, diplomatic issues and all this and that. It's action-packed. from beginning to end, there is very little downtime in this movie. Of course, Harley Quinn, she gets her part in this movie. She goes through it, she kicks ass as well, you know. And yes, there is a post credit at the end of this movie, you know. And again, I won't mess up the post credit in the movie. Now, here we go for the spoilers, okay? The spoilers, the spoilers. That's not a good look. Anyhow, so here's the deal. You know what? I bought this thing not too long ago and it keep coming apart and dropping and everything. The hell, I like it. These are little collector's items. Anyhow, so again, written and directed by James Gunn. You got the Suicide Squad. You get two teams in this movie, okay? One is the first team, which again, do not, I reiterate, do not get too complacent. Do not get too attached to these characters because they kill all their asses off. Initially, you have a whole different team than what they always show you in the movie. Starting off, Boomerang, which his role is reprised by the other guy. I don't know who played him in part 1, but he comes back in part 2 and he gets decapitated by a helicopter, okay? Boomerang. The whole team, minus Flagg, is destroyed. Now, my only gripe about this when the first team, minus Flagg and Harley Quinn. My only gripe about this movie is they actually killed Mongrel. Okay, Mongel or whatever her name is, Mongel's daughter. Now, here's my thing. Okay, they actually killed this woman, which this is her dad who's put Superman on his ass. She gets killed by fire. A helicopter explodes, she gets killed. I didn't like that because if you're fans of DC Comics, you'll know that her power level is damn near to match Superman's. At least her dad's is. Okay, so I know she's not going to get killed by plain old fire. The whole team, there's a guy out there, his arms and limbs and stuff comes off. Of course, they fold him up. Okay, Weasel dies, at least you think Weasel dies, okay? Weasel dies as soon as they drop everybody out the helicopter. They're dropping people out the helicopter. Everybody's splashing in the water, all covert and everything, making very little splashes. Weasel just comes dropping down and makes a big splash, and come to find out, nobody checked to see if this guy could swim. Who knew, okay? Michael Rourke, which I can't think of who his character was, again, he just hauls ass. I mean, he's looking around, he's seeing the whole team getting their asses handed to him. He's like, yo, I can't do this. And he's a trooper because he actually went back into the water to save my boy Weasel. He's a trooper, but again, hey, he ran out, seen everybody getting their asses handed to him. He sees Mongo in the, getting burned up, and she's a super space alien. Okay, so I know if they doing that to her, then hey, what's coming for me? He runs, of course, Amanda Waller blows his head off, and let me say, Amanda Waller, wow, she's a total in this movie, okay? She was in part 1, but wow, she is one, seriously, like, yeah, anyhow. So, deal is, they go in there to defeat Starro, okay? Come to find out, it's Project Jotunheim, which they're not told, hey, it's an evil, large space alien that can read minds and all this stuff that you're going to fight. They go there. Idris, of course, like I just said, he's the lead over the Suicide Squad. Flagg, believe it or not, Flagg is killed, and he doesn't get that much time with the Suicide Squad like you think he does, okay? He gets a couple of moments, but he's not just consistently there like you think he was. Do not get attached to anybody, okay? Anybody. Polka Dot Man gets killed, okay? Polka Dot Man, he kicks in a little bit. He's got a little thing going on where his mom has him all screwed up in the head. Everybody he looks at looks like his mom, so he's trying to kill him. Seriously, real talk. Rat catcher. Her and her rats do their thing, but hey, it's only so much a woman with a bunch of dirty vermin can do. Now, here's the thing about it. Peacemaker and Bloodsport, they clash out at the end for real. At first, it's more like a respectable bromance thing, you know, where they're doing the whole I can kill better than you. But at the end, he sees how much of a psycho for peace that Peacemaker is. Because Peacemaker is about to kill Ratcatcher 2 after he's killed Rick Flagg. And that fight scene was pretty good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. The fight scene between Peacemaker and Rick Flagg, even though he just whooped Rick Flagg ass everywhere and then stabbed him, the fight scene was good. You know, I kid you guys not. So again, as Bloodsport, Idris Elba, Bloodsport, come down to seize John Cena's Peacemaker, about to hand it to Ratcatcher 2. Both of them, they shoot. Okay? Both of them shoot. Of course, as Idris says, my bullet is smaller than yours. His bullet goes through Peacecatcher's bullets and hits him in the neck. Now, here's the way that went down. Of course, you think that Peacemaker is dead because they killed off the whole first team except Harley and Rick Flagg. And of course, they capture Harley. They're going to use Harley and Corto Maltese to say, hey, look, since you're since you're not with the American rhetoric, come over here, be a symbol of hope for our people. And hey, so, and not to jump too far off the subject, but Harley Quinn shines again in this movie. As a matter of fact, like I say, it's not woke at all, but you do get a little touch, a little part where she says, well, as a woman, I keep picking the wrong guys or whatever. Now, I don't see that as woke. I don't see that as SJW at all. And for those of you who do, shame on you, because this movie is woke free. Woke free. Woke free. Okay? You get action, you get laughter, James Gunn pulled this off. This is a must to go and see. So anyway, they fight Starro. Almost everybody is dead. The only three people you are left with, you're left with Bloodsport, you're left with Ratcatcher 2, and King Shark. Those are the only three. Peacemaker, you think he's dead, but he ends up in the hospital. Okay? And lo and behold, at the post-credit scene, you don't get much. So if you guys want to stay there and wait for the post-credit scene, don't. Okay, the only thing they show you is that my boy right here, not Ratcatcher, Weasel. My boy Weasel, he didn't drown. I guess his goofy ass was just incapacitated or something. I don't know. He gets back and he gets up. He does his thing, But from beginning to end, this movie is action-packed. You're going to laugh. Like I said, I'm going to be honest with you guys. My favorite character was this guy, okay? Seriously, the Weasel. Even though you don't get to see him about 10 minutes into the movie, he will have you laughing your ass off. Well, hey, that's all I got to say about James Gunn's Suicide Squad 2. Good movie, great movie. No wokeism in it. Purely action, laughter. There's a time or two where your eyes made my eyes in the water because I'm all rough and tough. But, I did, stuff did fly in my eyes. So, hey. Well, anyway, this is your boy, Timothy Apollo. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie at the bottom, boys. Hey, after you watch it, you guys may think, well, it was subpar. Some of you may think it was great. Nobody can say this movie was bad, okay? Yes, it was better than part 1. Only difference was that the ending of part 1 was a little bit more climactic than part 2. Apollo, out.